Hello and welcome to the Angry Sniper. No silly voice today. I wanted to talk about utilities and what I've chosen and why, and just generally what I think about the rest of the utilities we've got. You know, so yeah, I'll just go through the ones I've chosen and why. Ballistic dampers. Every spec sniper is going to choose ballistic dampers just because of what it does. It's a must-have. Which, to me, the way I tend to think, if you've got a utility that everyone is going to pick, why is it a utility? Because one of the things they said on their stream was they wanted you to be able to choose different utilities depending on your playstyle, how you wanted to play. That was the idea of utilities. Well, to me, that's kind of, I don't know, ballistic dampers. I think it should be a passive skill which every single sniper gets. At what level, I don't know, pass. If they did that, then it would free something up for something else. I choose re-established range. Basically, it's handy for a shiv, gives you a ton bit of movement speed for 3 seconds. Yeah, okay, that's not great, but it's the next bit I choose it for. It basically gives a knockback on series of shots, and let me get to my, here we are, a 7-second cooldown, or 9 seconds, I don't know, 9 seconds, that's not a bad cooldown. So you basically have a knockback every 9 seconds. I guess you can get that a bit lower with a clarity or whatever, So that's the must-have, I think, for engineering snipers. Series of shots is a key skill for us. We need it. For me, I use cover screen. Lots of people don't. My idea of that is my playstyle is such that I'm always on the move kind of thing, and if it means I get an added decrease to some kind of defense, no matter how big or small, then to me, it's something I'm always going to be using. That's my idea, that's my theory about it. Quite how effective it is, I haven't got a clue. The next one, I'll choose this one. Of course, marksman snipers will know that used to be one of theirs. You can't not take that, really. I mean, in PvP, you tend to use entrenched for stuff which, you've got someone around you, but you don't want to be got out of cover or CC'd or anything like that. So that's a must-have. Gotta have it. Shield probe, boost. Speaks for itself, I think. Really, Then the heroic ones, I choose these two. Reduces cooldown of debilitate and flashbang. So what that means, I've got, get this out of the way, 45 seconds and 30 seconds. That's pretty good. I like that. These are key. We've got problems with defenses right now anyway, and these are two good skills we can use to our advantage. Why not have them on a lower cooldown? Don't really think it should be a heroic skill personally, but there we go. Put it down there somewhere. Replace it with that one if necessary, And this one, series of snares. Well, I think I did have that one ticked before, but I switched it when I realised this one and this one combined gave me a knockback on series of shots, and it slowed them down. It stacks up to 4 times, so it's like 80% slow for 3 seconds. I like that, that's good. It's that combination. I just think that works well with our particular spec, So that's my thoughts of the utilities I use. I'm happy with all of them except for this one. I'll probably change it to this one, perhaps. I know Creek, or however you pronounce his bloody name, tends to use that, or did in the previous patch anyway. Um, I watched his stream and he turned around and said he didn't tend to use flashbang necessarily for the CZ. He uses it to give someone a accuracy debuff, which in an arena situation helped him out, in the various things, and I can see the value in that. This one, snapshot, is borderline useless. I mean, why? You're not going to take it in place of that one. This one is very handy. Granted, I can imagine not everybody will want it. Imagine a lot of people might choose this one. I'm not a big user of suppressive fire. I don't really see the point. I mean, yeah, great damage. I don't know. I'm just not really there with that one. I should probably give it a try sometime, but so I think this one can be removed. In all honesty, this one is an old engineering utility. It speaks for itself. I mean, if they want us to have a heal, just make it. Same with ballistic dampers. It's so negligible. It's as a utility, it's just useless. If they really want us to give the option to have that, just make it a passive skill which we have to train. I mean, why is that a utility? If it's one of these things, I wouldn't even bother if they removed it from the game completely, so we didn't even have it as a passive skill we had to train. It's kind of no, get rid of it. You can have better things in there. I've already spoken about this one, so I think that's a helpful one. That one, I'll have to try it out sometime. I think I've read enough that marksman snipers, like suppressive fire, it does better with them apparently. So yeah, perhaps that's got a bit of a use. That one people won't see. The one I use, I won't see that as being that important. I don't really know how helpful that is for me myself. So yeah, these two I think can just go. Uh, I imagine people think that one can go. This one I think is okay, and that one might be okay. It's just I'm not really a fan of it. Now this one, countermeasures, Counter Strike for countermeasures. Again, why is this a utility? I mean, that was a lethality skill, and I'm not really going to use that one. It sounds as if it should be useful. I want to try it out sometime to see, under what circumstances is it useful. I must confess, one of the reasons why I don't really want to use that is because, I mean, look at my toolbar. I've got a shit ton of, keybinds already. Trying to find another one for. No, I just don't fancy it, But that doesn't mean to say it's not useful. Stroke of Genius, really, get rid of it. There's no way that is a utility, and masterful? Nah. If people really want to try that, then I don't get rid of these two, get that one down there, and replace that with something else, because I don't think we need that. If anybody wants to use that in a PvP situation, nah, it's useless. Yeah, same with this one. Imperial demarcation. Now, some people in the past have turned around and said, that in like pre 3.0 have said they liked that 3 second cooldown on leg shot. So they would all, and no matter what spec they were in, they would always try and have that, But I can't see it being something people choose, Calculated pursuit. Yeah, that's got a use. I found it useful that when I was on, the engineering. I found it useful when I was leveling. Um, to give a bit more movement, and I don't know, I just found it worked well into my particular playstyle and when I was leveling a toon. But in like level 55 PvP, I never really had a use for it. And same thing here, really. I just, well, saying that engineering isn't such a mess, perhaps I should give it a try. But then that means um, not choosing either that one or that one. And honestly, I think both of these are a must-have. And yet, don't know if you can hear my cat is meowing. Sorry, plus you have to wait. So yeah, from a PvP perspective, I think people are just going to choose these two. This one, Pillbox Sniper. Yeah, okay, that's another one. That is a good one. I like that. But for me, these two kind of. I think I'd want that one regardless. That's the kind of must-have for me. So I would kind of, if I didn't choose that one, I would choose this one. You know, but yeah. Siege Bunker. Uh, Another marksman one. Reduces all area effects, damage taken by 60% while entrenched is active. Now, people have turned around and said, now, if engineering had that reset on entrench, that'd make it OP. Really? No, it wouldn't make us OP. Not in the bloody slightest. For a start, they've nerfed AoE quite a bit, I think. There's only a couple of specs in the game now which has decent AoE, if I understand it correctly, although I could be talking bollocks on that. But even then, with some of the stuff the other classes have got, people are worrying about us having a reset on entrench with that utility. I just can't see it. I really can't see it, Nah. This one, that's going to be handy, but again, uh, I'm guessing not a lot of people will take this one, series of snares. But I'm not. I imagine most people would take siege bunker and evacuate. Or there's some. Yeah, there's a few you could take here. Bears off the target's movement is slowed by 70% for 3 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, scatter shot. It didn't give us an armor debuff thing on our target. It does give us a bit of trauma, and producing the. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. That's a must-have for me anyway. And if I didn't choose that one, I'd choose. I don't know what I'd choose, to be honest. I'd probably choose this one. I mean, cover pulse. That's hold your ground. This one, I like this one. Reduces cooldown of escape by 30 seconds, shield probe by 4 seconds, and cover pulse by 5 seconds. Again, I like using the Sapphire and D skills are good, So if it means producing cover pulse to say 25 seconds and escape, which that's a handy skill. Because sure, CCs and that can be, most CCs I think can be cleansed now, can't they? But if you've got, I don't know, any other class is going to be cured, if you like, by that healer from the CC before, at last, there's going to be other classes which has much better priority. So I like that one. Diversion. Yeah, I don't know what to say about diversion, because in one respect, diversion is pretty much useless if you don't take this skill. That's the way I see it. Sure, it's great for getting other snipers, which is the biggest joke about that skill, from out of cover. So in arenas, yeah, that's a big problem. But then that's a problem with the skill. They should remove that, um, the ability to remove snipers and gunslingers out of. You take that out of the skill, so it just does like the accuracy debuff for the area. I'm still not sure if I would take that, because people can just get out of it very easy. I mean, 8 meters, that's nothing. It's really nothing. So yeah, to summarize, I think these two can be removed. That one I'm gonna have to test. I wouldn't be. I think this one could be improved a fair bit. Maybe swap these two around and make this one an added buff to shield probe. But then they should probably buff shield probe in a different way, so all snipers can have it without utility anyway. Yeah. I don't think this should be a utility. I think that should be one of our skills. Yep, that can be removed as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of, nah, that's a no-goer. I'm not too fussed about that one. They can change it or get rid of it as far as I'm concerned. That's nice. I like that. It's probably the right spot for it. That's another nice one as well. I like it. Less. It's just nice. I'm not convinced I'll ever take it because of these two. That one is obviously nice. That one, yeah, I don't think I'll ever take it though. This one, not sure. I think it could be made a lot better, to be honest. Maybe give us an armor debuff, perhaps. Nah, I still wouldn't take it. They'd have to make significant. It's just not worth it. Why is it here? It should be their maximum, but they're probably move this one down to one of those. Then I might take it over this one, but I'm never going to take it when it's up here. And that one I like. So yeah, there we are. That's my thoughts on the utilities. I think they could do with an overhaul, to be honest. There's just so much wrong with them, really. If you're a PvP like me, then with engineering, I would strongly suggest you pick these two. Re-establish range and series of snares, because we've got our series of shots is just a lot better. We've got a lower cooldown. It's really handy. So there we go. Like, subscribe, comment, dislike, whatever, all that stuff. Have fun, dudes.